say kudos to the Unit Trust Corporation. They've really been doing a fantastic media blitz over the last couple of weeks, and they've sent their very best from the Southland. We are touching base with two of their leading professionals. We welcome the manager of the San Fernando Investment Centre, Erica Bleasdell. She joins me on set this morning. Erica, great to see you.
Good morning, Jason. Thank you for having us.
Good morning. And we head a little deeper south now to Point Fortin, the Point Fortin Investment Centre. The assistant manager, Suzanne Alexis-Bryce. Suzanne, good morning.
Good morning, Jason.
Good morning. I want to find out, because we are dealing with the emergency fund, a very important conversation. For those looking on, never heard of the concept, break down for us, what is an emergency fund?
So, Jason, to answer your question, an emergency fund is a dedicated amount of money that is set aside for unplanned or unexpected expenses. So it's that precautionary money or cash reserve that you put away in preparation for a rainy day.
Let me probably bring our friend here from San Fernando, Erica, into the conversation. How does this emergency fund, in essence, differ to, let's say, another saving product?
Well, there's a few key things, Jason. The first thing, of course, is the purpose. An emergency fund is just for that, an emergency. All right? And a savings plan or an investment plan will have a particular purpose, whether it's for your child's education or for your retirement. Another thing is, because this money is setting aside for an emergency, as Susie said, you want to have access, immediate access to an emergency fund. Whereas for an investment, if it's for your child's education, for example, that child is 2, it's not monies that you want to be accessing soon. So the vehicle you use would be a little bit different. Yeah. And of course, emergency funds, you want to get it right away.
Yeah, indeed. Because, I mean, that in itself, you know, the emergency, there's something that, whether it's a medical emergency, something very critical, you need that, you know, the access to the funds one time. Yes. Sometimes it could be a scenario with a car. You know, you need, I've been in that kind of scenario where
that's right.
You need it right now. Walk me through some of benefits in terms of starting and asking in particular for this emergency fund under the umbrella of the unit trust.
Right, so there are several benefits, Jason. One of the benefits, key benefits, is that financial security. So what an emergency fund does, it gives you that peace of mind, yeah, to know that in the event some uncertain event takes place, you have that buffer or safety net, yeah? And let's say, for example, job loss. It actually gives you that time to cover your expenses, right? Until you get your feet back on the ground. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Understood. What steps I should take to really start the process? What's required?
Well, Jason, there's a rule of thumb in once you're starting an emergency fund, it should be at least 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. So the first step you want to do is to decide what that goal is, whether it's 3 months, 4 months, as the case might be. All right? The second thing you want to do is to look at your current budget, look at your current expenses, what is critical for you. All right, and then of course determine somewhere in that mix how much you're going to save, right? Of course, you want to keep that money separate and apart because you need access to it. Having done that, you include it in your new budget and try and make it easy for yourself. So set up a standing order, a salary deduction, you know, just make sure it's automatic and don't burden yourself. Probably start small and then build.
Is that the exact name we're asking for when you walk through the door? You say, listen, I want to start an emergency fund?
No, what you can ask for is a short-term investment plan that's going to benefit you most, which is our TT income fund.
Okay, so you'll guide the customer in that direction?
Yes.
Does one have to disclose the emergency when they come to withdraw? When you come in and let's say what's the process to take? So, you know, you're in a hotspot, something happened and you need to, today, I need to get that between today and tomorrow. Walk me through the withdrawal process.
It's very simple, Jason. You just need to come in with ID and you have the option of getting cash, or of course you can get a check depending on the value, which you can take to your bankers. It's a very simple and easy process. And at the same time, you're earning a very good rate for the funds that you have saved with us.
I mean, during your tenure, being in the business for the many years, you've seen more people now, Suzanne, coming in and taking this particular option, making sure that they're secure in case of any emergency?
Certainly, especially a perfect example is like with the pandemic. It has taught persons that, life is uncertain and very unpredictable. So we have seen an increase in persons coming in to set up that emergency fund, as a safety net or buffer.
That's right. Again, break it down in a way again so that people could ask, because we talk an emergency fund. That's why I put the question forward just now as to when you walk through the door, do you say, hey, I want the emergency fund, but you said there's a particular investment that you direct people. Give me that name again.
It's our TT Dollar Income Fund, and that works very similar to an account that you may have at the bank where you can deposit at any time, you can withdraw at any time, there's no charges, there's no penalties, and you're earning almost 3% in interest, which is daily compounded.
Look at that, and so you get some interest?
Yes, definitely.
Wow.
And all you need is valid ID, proof of income, proof of address, and minimum $100 to start that particular product with us.
And I would imagine if, let's say, all goes well and there is ultimately no emergency, yes, you keep it there, let it grow. And is there a way that one, let's say, could transfer it to something from the emergency fund to another account? Or would you advise, as you're in the financial world, as a financial advisor, would you advise a customer, let's say I'm saying, listen, I want to pull something somewhere else. Would you advise that I do that or just keep it in that emergency fund?
Well, financial experts recommend that you have at least 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. Once you have achieved that, of course, you can branch off because you will have different goals in life. So maybe, yes, once you have achieved that particular goal, you can branch off to having investments, in addition to emergency fund.
And I would imagine once folks come through the door, whether it's the Point Fortin Investment Centre or the San Fernando Investment Centre, you could talk to yourself, your goodly self, and of course your staff for more details.
Certainly, and we look forward to having.
And I guess we're looking at the website there too, TTUTC.com. For those, just give me a little landmark before we wrap things up. If you're coming to San Fernando, where do we find you? And of course, I'll find out lastly about Point Fortin.
So in San Fernando, we are located at the Carlton Center Mall, which is to the top of High Street. And if you don't want to come in there, of course, you can call or visit our website for additional information.
And in terms of the Point Fortin Investment Centre?
Okay, so that's 1313 Handel Road, Point Fortin. It's right opposite the Anglican Church, or on the same stretch with, Republic Bank, or, there's a paint shop next to the building.
I know the Anglican Church, I know the landmark.
Okay.
I know the landmark. Again, great details there. That's actually the stretch when you went up to Mahika.
Yes.
Yes. I know the landmark. Ladies, I want to thank you. You all came so early to be here in person. I really appreciate the effort. It's never easy, moving so early to be here, but we're here to bring great information and again extend the benefits of this emergency fund. Ask for it when you go into unit trust. Talk to your financial professional, your financial advisor, and they will lead you in the right direction. Again, to Suzanne and to, of course, Erica Bleasdell and Suzanne Alexis-Bryce. All the best and thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
That's right. We come back. We're going to wrap things up later on, but much more in terms of our impactful discussions right after the break. See you soon.